Hey folks, Brian here. So I want to show you all what I do from a incarnate perspective and kind of show you all some of the cool things that you're able to do from a world building perspective. Now, obviously, like I have a couple of old maps here. Um, this is actually one of my favorite ones. Here, I'm going to start it up for you all. And again, this is again very old, so I apologize. I'm learning just as much as you are all learning, but basically, this is Stormwake's castle. This is um, a castle that I had come up with, and it is in my campaign. And I want to show you some of the cool things that, we're going to take Stormwake's castle and make it a little bit different. So, what I want to do is actually go ahead and um, come up with a completely new map. So I'm actually going to take this, return to my map. I'm going to create a completely different one. So I'm going to go to Regional HD. This is my preferred. You can obviously do, your world. You have that parchment, that really nice parchment view. There's the classic. This is kind of classic incarnate. I have fallen in love with the HD. It's just a little bit clearer, and it's really detailed. So I'm gonna choose that, and most likely what I'm gonna do is, you can do both, right? You can do an ultra 4K, a high 2K. Um, let's experiment with this. It does require a lot of RAM. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna do something where I'm gonna do a square just to play around. Hope everyone's doing well today. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play around with this and kind of make I kind of want to make this, and again, I apologize. There are probably people out there watching this or that will watch this and say, dang, like, there's an easier way to do this. Well, I am trying to brush up, no pun intended, my skills as a cartographer, so I apologize. But I want to do something a little bit different. This is going to focus more on Galeborg, which is a world, or it's a kingdom in my world, very similar to the Baratheons, and this is Stormwake's castle. So I'm going to. Oh, that's cool. Sorry. I'm gonna kind of go through this and probably pick like. Let's play around with it. There's a keep. I'm gonna try the large. So. And again, I'm just doing this more for the. How do I want this to look like, and if so, what am I thinking, what might be the best for this. And again, I'm just kind of playing around, looking at the different textures, looking at, okay, so there's cracked ice, cracked ground, desert. This is cool pavement and cobblestone features I really like. And again, I just get really distracted with some of the cool features that they have. Snow. But okay, I'm going to use this kind of dark green. And for folks that have seen me before, they know that I typically choose something of this nature anyway. So, okay. So I'm going to do something like this, where I'm just kind of going a little crazy. And what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm cool with that. You can probably hear my computer. If not, then that's great because it's going crazy right now with all this. And I'm thinking, okay, do I want to add a light tower maybe? Maybe not right now. I'm going to probably play with that idea, but I want to do something very or not very similar, because obviously we grow and expand as creators, but I want to do something similar. I really enjoyed, and it's, yep, right here. So there are the different statues that you can choose, and you see, the thing is, this particular hero, she is the matriarch, so to speak. So but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this a big, okay, maybe not that big, but let's play around with it. I'm gonna set it like if she is the protector of this land, where she, this monument was built for her in the ocean, right there, right in front of the sea, to it could also be kind of like, this can be where they guide, where this can be where like ships are guided, right? Perhaps like there is a, maybe let's move it here, right there. And actually I'm liking the castle, but I also want to kind of play around with it and see if a keep would be a little bit wiser, or even a fortress. But again, let's see. And again, I'm just comparing one with no, I don't like the fortress. I like this castle. So it's fine where it's at. Maybe what I'll do is I'll move this here, or actually I'm gonna move it right here, because I just realized that this is like the gate. And what I'll do is perhaps even customize this a little bit and put a little bit of this. I'm gonna now make it a little bit softer to blend in, and maybe there's a little bit of pavement, right? Maybe there's a little bit of pavement here in the city, because it is a bit of a developed area. So okay, cool. And then obviously we're going to need some type of way to access the statue, right? Before we do that though, this might be kind of cool. Kind of showcase. Let's play around with dimensions, but have it where this kind of abandoned sea. So maybe it could be something where it's like, this is again very much a defended area. This statue of their goddess or their hero, maybe this is actually not only a statue to represent their history, but it could also be a statue to talk about who they are. They're a warrior culture. And maybe in the eye sockets, there's actually people watching to see who comes in and who comes out, and kind of protects the land. So it's kind of a bit of it kind of serves both. Now I actually just had an idea. Maybe what we can do is come up with, like, there's a land bridge. So maybe we blend it in where it's like this kind of, that would make, and again, that might make a little bit more sense, right? So that might make a little bit more sense from a, yeah. So we can, oh yeah, never mind. We'll just move it. We'll keep it there. But yeah, we'll do that. Okay, anyway, so there's that. Maybe, let's see if we can add some like, okay, we have waves. And we can, and there's different styles too, so we can like, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I like that or not. And again, this is it's part of it. So, all right, I'm gonna go here, and I'm going to, ooh, kind of like playing around with that. Maybe that's, well, maybe I'm going to delete that. Maybe I'll have a whirlpool here just because it's, and again, people might not, I mean, the shipwreck looks cool and everything, but I'm going to hold off on that. Maybe there's some birds flying around. Let's see. Yeah, I like that so far. Then Rocky Plateau. Okay. I kind of, if it's going to be a rocky plateau, I think it'd be kind of cool to have more of a rocky plateau where it's like, you know, it's encompassing. Actually, I don't like that at all. So I'll back that up, as they say. Oh, never mind. That was, I intended it to be a little bit more dramatic than that. Okay. Well, pish posh. Okay, so back to the drawing board. We'll go over, and I'm gonna, I scrolled a little bit too much. Okay, no worries. Well, let's see. Let's play around. Okay, we're getting into, well, there would be a port. So if there's going to be ships, there needs to be a port, obviously. So let's look for a port. Okay, stone docks. Okay, not exactly what I was looking for, but that's a good start. Boats. Okay, well, if there's going to be boats, then obviously, let's see, crane. Okay, so we're definitely gonna add cranes to this because that's how they would load things to the ships, into the boats. But I want that to be kind of further in the creative process. And again, this is going to take a couple of sessions, right? This is going to take maybe 2 or 3 sessions to get going. And if you're wondering why you don't see me, that's because where I'm at right now in regards to a like video perspective, the video quality is not the greatest. So in order to give you all a good quality product, I decided to just kind of let the video portion go, but still have audio because that's what's more important. Okay, sorry. I always get distracted by these things. Okay. Ooh, abandoned ship. That's cool. All right. Well, these are cool features, by the way. Like, gives it, like, by the way, these are great for, like, the Fae, if you want to come up with something in the Feywild. Ooh, maybe this. Well, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I get distracted by all the shiny things. Oh, cliffs. That might be really fun. And this is the thing. Right, so we're going to, okay, there you go. This is actually a lot better. And again, you're going to have to play around with this. That you're going to have to let it blend. You're going to have to do some things to kind of blend everything together, because at the end of the day, that's part of being a cartographer. Oh, sorry. Maybe it would behoove me to and again, I'm just twisting it right here to kind of fit. Let's see. Again, just playing around with stuff. That's all it is, folks. Just playing around and seeing how you like things. And you have this cool, nifty little, where you get to kind of, and that was actually a bad example. Let me do this. A little magnifying glass. And I can zoom in, zoom out, and then I'll do this. So now I get to say, okay, cool. I can see where this is coming. I can see this part right here. And maybe I want to increase that right there. So I don't know. Okay. Maybe that is what I want to do. Maybe, you know what? Let's just do an even 100 and 100. Okay. And again, that's also might not be a thing to do. Like, you all might want to, oh, that might be actually, if I were to kind of do this and perhaps do something like that. Actually, let me, and the only reason it's taken so long, because it usually, oh, what the heck, oops, it's because I'm streaming and I'm doing this in HD. So, okay, okay, cool. So it's a little better, I'm not gonna lie, a little better. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm going to, I'm gonna add some more while I'm here. I'm gonna add, maybe I add it like this, and then what I'm gonna do is, oh, no, sorry, this one, that's what I meant. So maybe kind of drag this out, drag this one right out here, and take this and do that. Do this, and then with my little tool right here, right here, I'm gonna kind of come up with this little this. And again, I'm not trying to do anything. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. There's a better way to do this, and that's called changing my little number right here. So that way I can just get like, and again, this is gonna happen. Thankfully, there are tools and ways to fix that. So before I continue, I'm going to do this. Okay, so most likely this, and then what I can do here is subtract, and I will kind of like that. And maybe do, okay, that was too much. So maybe what I'll do is this. So I call it splashing. It's probably not the right term to use, but that's what I call it. And essentially what you're doing is that you're kind of splashing those crevices in and out. And okay. So all right. Now no, that's a little bit too much. Oh, cool. Yeah, folks, I sometimes get distracted. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do now is go here, and I'm going to now do this. Aha. So boom, right there. So what I'll do is kind of use my tool here to take this landmass and you know what? It's okay if this happens. It's gonna, you know, things happen, and there's a way to fix it. Oh, hold on. There's a way to fix all this. Don't worry. Okay, no worries. Honestly, I'd probably rather it be one congruent piece. Actually, I might keep that a little sandy like that. Let's see. And give me 1 second, y'all. Gotta plug in my computer because it's dying. I might not be the best streamer at the moment, but I'm 100% authentic when it comes to some of the things of how I, or rather how I do things. I consider myself pretty authentic. And very meticulous too. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find a sand. Do this. What I should have done, well, it's okay. What I can do, and this is the reason, my reasoning behind it, is make a little sand, because that can actually be like a little secret cove beach type thing, right? That we allude to in the next session. But okay, so this is kind of, and again, this is something I want to work on really quick, is perhaps maybe it means I don't want that, so actually I kind of like that. And what I can do here is subtract and kind of reclaim some of this. Sorry, y'all, that's not to my standard. Okay, that's all. That's all right. All right, let's see what we can, oh, that's not what I want. It's cool though. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we have, so this is where maybe we can put a little stone dockway. Yeah, let's do this. Not that dang big. Maybe this big. Actually, maybe a little smaller. That's too dang big. Okay. So now, remember, we're also here. So let's fit to screen. Boom. Looks way nicer when you do that, because you're able to kind of focus on the detail and focus on that. I honestly might line up this whole thing with more kind of, yeah, with more of these cliffs. I really like that. I kind of want this to seem like it's some sort of, you know, I don't want to say dangerous, but a people would think twice about, you know, trying to invade this area from the sea. And by playing around with it, we get to really do some cool stuff here. Actually, I like this. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Now I don't see. And what you can always do is take this, kind of spin it around how you want. And okay. And what you get to do here, you can kind of like do this function. Oops, sorry, y'all. Right there. So now it has a little bit of, again, now you're making this seem like this is like some type of island-esque. And now what we're doing, we're going to paint this up. Again, kind of splattering this, brushing it up a little bit. And I'm going to do this because I would rather, again, that's the beauty of it. Like you can circle this. You can, this could be a kind of a neat little circle right here. Right? As you can see, I'm just taking the edges. Of that, and actually while I'm oops, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this. What I can do is take a little bit of the, yeah, actually I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Now I'm okay. And I'll touch this up in a little bit. But I want to, I don't want to do that. Do I want to do this? Wait, well, let's see. Let's see let's see what we do when we flip this kind of around. Ooh, I don't like that at all. It doesn't seem realistic at all. Yeah, no, I don't like that because that's kind of, see, these are kind of, looks like it's from an opposite direction. So maybe what I do, maybe we can play around with it. Let's check something. What is? Ooh, yeah, I do not like that. I mean, hold up. Maybe I do, and I just don't know it yet. You know what? Let me save this really quick. Let me do that. Just in case. You never know. You might come up to a point where you're like, oh, I'm doing such great work, and then you don't save it, and then you start to cry profusely because you didn't save it. That's happened. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go back. We're going to... Oops, sorry, folks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to... Oh. This is why. Because I don't blend it. Maybe it's a visual thing with me, like... But I like to remove the softness unless I'm intentionally blending something together. Just makes things easier. Okay. So that's what I thought. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very careful. Okay. Alright, not too bad. Again, it's just kind of adding little by little. And then using things like this to add that grassy color to... Okay, let me now, again, fit to screen. Okay, I do like that. That's a lot better. Oh, dang it. Well, it's always good to save because you never know. Like I just said. My goal was to hit the magnifying glass because now I'm just going to work on this part. And then I'll be done for the video tonight. Just because I'm really tired. But yeah, no, I honestly like this. I like this version a lot better. You can tell there's more detail to it. It's just an all-around good product, for lack of better words. So, okay. Sorry, folks. I always get that kind of inverted thing messed up. So, my apologies to people that are probably watching this and they're like, oh my gosh, come on, dude. The only thing I will say is that this starts to happen where you get this, you know, if you don't switch that. Oh, you know what, I might do this. Yeah, if you don't make sure that you alternate this back to like the right side, you can get some problems. But I think actually we might be close to complete here. Let me do this because I will mess up if I don't. I hope everyone's having a great time. I hope everyone's enjoying this kind of quasi-recorded. Well, it is recorded, but this quasi-stream. I know I listened to y'all. I know, you know, y'all said that you wanted to see more kind of the world building process that I take. And I hope I'm delivering on that. Let me do this. Okay, cool. So let's see final product for tonight. Okay, got a little bit more space that we need to focus on right here. Boom, 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 And again, cool thing is you can do stuff like this. You can have features where it goes off map, so to speak. At the end of the day, it's your map. You do with what you want. And okay. No, let's redo that. There's a better way of doing it. This might be part of. This is part of the learning curve. You know what? It's okay. I'm gonna just do this. I am not going to. I'm going to subtract. There you go. Dang it. Subtracted too much. And this is where having the kind of the feather-like having that ability to have that kind of stuff like that, having the ability to get to such a granular level. Boom, and you're done. So again, what we're gonna do, I want to at least. Forget about that. You know what? I'm going to change it. Because it is my map. And I can do that. So what I'll do is this. I'm not going to worry about pavement because I'm not completely set on where I want this to be. But what I am set with is titling it. And calling it Stormwake's Castle. Having it like right here or something like that, just for now. Alright, folks, well, I'm going to save this, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and kind of viewing what I do and basically how I build worlds and how I build worlds via Inkarnate. So I appreciate it, y'all, and as always, keep gaming.